Okay, hi everyone. How are you all doing? Good afternoon to everybody. You're welcome to the second officer session for this week. Okay, there will be quite some background noise as we move forward, so please bear with me. Okay, thank you, Osholola. Okay, and then Michael Edet. Hi. Today we'll be going through something. We'll be taking a step back. Okay, I got a question from someone about. We'll just go to the questions. Okay, but I got a question from someone about completion of the quiz portal. I don't know anything about quiz portal. Okay, I really do not understand this question about quiz portal. So if the person should try and be more specific, okay, what the person is actually talking about, okay. And then the next question was about GitHub assignments. Okay, GitHub assignments. I think GitHub assignments, Git and GitHub assignments is for front end. This front end I will be taking, and this this participant is obviously for the full stack track. So kindly add that question about GitHub assignments in your in one of your front end office hour form. Okay. That's not a NodeJs task, that's a front end task. Okay. Another person, okay. So there are several things we will have to deal with today, but I'll just take one at a time. So this person is asking for us to go over callbacks, promises, async, okay, async, await. So we will start off today, okay, and probably on Thursday we would build something with it, okay. We'll build something with what we learned today. But today we'll do more of learning, more of the theory behind what happens. And then on Thursday, we'll do practicals. We'll just build a small application with promises, callbacks, async, okay? So I would be explaining these concepts today. Okay, I would like to start by, you remember when okay, like we have already established, Node.js works in a kind of very different way. It uses async. Okay, Node.js uses asynchronous, like async. When you hear me say async, note that I'm talking about asynchronous. Okay, okay. Uses async to be able to perform task in such a way that it's not in one line, okay, in one line, okay. Note that we said JavaScript is a Node.js, they use a one thread application, but then this async helps Node.js in a way to be able to diversify, you know, accomplish many tasks at the same time. Take for instance, I'll just give an instance. Take for instance, you go to the ATM and you want to withdraw money, and there is just one ATM there, and then you see everybody queuing up to get money, and then you just encounter that one person, that one guy, or that one man, or that one woman in the ATM, like on the line on the queue. That one guy on the line on the queue that wants to withdraw 500,000 naira via the ATM. And let's say that ATM machine is I don't know how ATM machine works now. It's been a while I used ATM machines. Okay, but in those days, okay, when I say in those days, not that too long, just few years ago, uh, that machines that can just give you only 20,000 naira at a time, that machines that can give you 10,000 naira at a time. But I think nowadays they should have improved to ATM that can give you up to 50,000 naira at a time. Okay, like at one withdrawal. So then this person wants to withdraw 500,000 naira and it starts 20 first, 20 second, 20 third, and it does this. I think that should be 5 times 5. He has to do it 25 times, and everybody in that queue have to wait for this person to withdraw 25 times before before I think it's 25 years, 5 years, 5 years, 5 years. Okay, 2, 3, 4, just 25 times. Okay, so the person we have to wait on the queue for the person to withdraw. Okay, before you can now withdraw. But take for instance, let us say we are 10 people waiting on the queue, and we have 10 ATM machines. Okay, all are withdrawing, all are working, all are functional. Everybody just goes to one ATM machine. Everybody just goes to one ATM machine, and we all withdraw our withdrawal at once. No time is being wasted. The person that wants to withdraw 500,000 naira can continue with this 500,000 naira withdrawal, but it's not going to deprive me from withdrawing my 2K, my 1K. Okay, it's not going to deprive me of doing that. I'm going to do it just working and do that and I go out. Okay, so that is one of the ways NodeJs works. So it is good you understand that this is the way NodeJs works. So you can be able to go further. That is just like a background, a premise for us to that needs to be established for us to move further. Okay, so that is basically asynchronous data or asynchronous processing. Okay, asynchronous processing of data. It just divides everything so that everything can be happening all at once. It's usually used for server-side programming when you are dealing with server-side development. Okay, server-side development. And when we talk about server-side development, we're talking about web APIs. Okay, web APIs. There are some functions that are attributed because of web APIs. There are some functions that are used. Okay, especially and that's why GS, which is the server side of JavaScript, make use of these functions, makes use of these libraries. Okay, so with that said about asynchronous, okay, that's just a brief explanation of async. Okay, so we'll look at callback. Callback is a function. I'm sorry I'm not writing. I did not prepare a slide. I saw the question this morning and I just took it. I have some other things to do before, so I did not prepare a slide. Okay. So Rafiki, this is not part of HNG 9 or HNG I9. This is not part of HNG I9 internship. This is a Zuri training in collaboration with University for Good. Again, Zuri training, University for Good, and Zuri training cohort 2. You already done the cohort 1. That was sometime in the year. Okay, and this is the cohort 2 to finalize for the year. So I just wanted to answer that question before we proceed. So I'll just proceed with callbacks. So callbacks is how I think I should share my screen and we should just write some codes to explain these things. Then when we come to callbacks, I think that explanation is very needed. Okay, I already had, I copied some things. Okay, so I had this, but I think we'll just go. Okay, so okay, sorry, it was I think, can everyone see my screen and see the what's written on my, like what's written there in, are you seeing it clearly? I would like to know. Can you see my screen clearly? Just give me, what's this? Okay, I will just this is what I want to do. I want to oh, wow, oh, okay, we'll deal with callback. So promises, before we enter callback, okay, promises is a way of dealing with asynchronous data. You use promises, you use awaits to help you deal with asynchronous data. Okay. Callback is also an important tool. Okay, when you want to use these things. Okay. So when do you basically you use promises, awaits, callbacks mostly? Okay, note my word, mostly when you deal with web APIs. Okay, anything that has to do with web APIs, you're building APIs. Okay, right now we're just creating a server, not building APIs. But the time will come whereby we'll be building APIs, and then you have to use promises, and you have to use async. Okay, you have to use awaits. Very important. You have to use callbacks by the time we start using building web APIs. But then you can use callbacks even without, even when we are not building APIs, you can use callbacks. But for, it's very important that you use callback when we start building APIs. It might honestly just get bigger. Sorry. Yeah, I think it got bigger. So what worked? Okay. Okay. I think it's okay. If it's blurry for you, you just have to increase your the pixel. Okay, you go to settings in your YouTube screen, like your YouTube screen. You tap the video. I think it will show you some things. You go to settings, then you go to quality. Okay, it's normally by default and in auto. Okay, 240p. Okay, but if you can increase it to 720p, you see it's going to be more clear. It's going to be clearer. Okay, and why it may fluctuate for you is depending on may fluctuate for you because depending on your data speed. Okay, or your network speed. Okay, I'll put like that, not your data speed, your network speed. So if there is much network, if you have much network, it would stream faster. Okay. Since the pixel also determine the amount of data that is being consumed. With 720 pixel, the amount of data you consume will be bigger, but then you will have a clearer output. 1080p also will give you a much clearer, and then you can still go upwards if you desire. The number guessing game has been explained. Okay, number guessing game. Before I just want to, before I go through the callbacks shortly. Number guessing game has been explained last week. Okay, if you go through the office hours we had on Friday, okay, we didn't have any office hour on Friday, but the office hour we had on Thursday, and then the one we're supposed to have on Friday, we had it on Saturday evening. Okay, so if you can go through those 2 office hours, okay, you'll be able to get the scope. You get the scope in the number guessing game. Okay, number guessing game is quite one of the easiest tasks you would encounter. Okay, even this task too, if you go through the resources, the task we have for this week would be a walkover. Okay, but as we progress, the task will be because it's expected that as you progress, you are not thinking like you are not thinking as a software engineer, a software developer. So as you progress, there are things you would have to go looking for yourself, researching for yourself to be able to get stuff done. So it's at some point, those excuses of the resources do not tell us enough about the task will be swiped off. Okay. Those excuses would be I will not listen to them. Okay, as we progress. So callbacks. I wrote some functions earlier, and I think I would like to just use those some codes earlier. I would like to use them, but more like now explaining them as I write them. Okay. So I'll just explain what callback is, and then we'll just write some codes to see the demonstration of callbacks. Okay. For promises await async, I want to do that while we are doing an application. Okay, we'll do an application. We'll do an application, and then we would input all these things. And I think we will just take the application as the application we will build we'll be building on what we'll do now. Okay, that's what I was just saying. We're building on what it's going to be that idea, an idea that just came to me. And then I'll say, a few weeks ago, for those in Nigeria, okay, a few weeks ago, or about a couple of months ago, there was this jollof, is it dried abi? There was this jollof challenge, okay, but there's a name they call that jollof rice. I can't remember right now the name they call that jollof rice. Okay, so that's what we'll be doing. We'll be doing an application so that people can be able to order that jollof rice. Okay, right now we'll just do something rough. I'll make more research on how jollof rice is made, get some data in place that will help us build an application for people to be able to order jollof rice. Okay, so we'll do a little on that, but we will not exceed the scope of promises. Okay, we will not exceed the scope of promises, async, and well, I'll just try everything. I'll try as much as possible to bring everything in the scope of what we have done. And maybe if I want to go beyond, I will just take some next week. Okay, next week resources, next week content, and just bring them to use them for our demonstration on Thursday. But really nothing over the board, like start to you do more complex stuff. Like I said, I just want to take it 1 day at 1 week at a time, so I won't get lost. So let's do jollof. It's the name they call this thing. One jollof. No, it's the name they call this. Okay, I will get the name, but let us call it jollof ordering application. Okay, so let's say we have callbacks is usually a callback. Okay, callback is basically, we call them callback functions. There are functions that are used that like the parameters for other functions. Okay, that the parameters for other functions that can be used to perform a particular task. Okay, used to perform a particular task. I don't know whether that is explanatory enough. Okay, so it's like you're nesting a function inside another function as an argument. Okay, you're nesting a function is used as an argument in another function. Okay, so I'll just give an illustration. Let's before we enter into this jollof ordering app, I just want to explain. So let's say we have function 1. Okay, we have function 1, and then we have function 2. Okay, so we have 2 functions. So callback function, if we want to make function 2 a callback function, okay, we'll put function 2 as an argument in function 1. And let us see function 2. Okay, this will have function 2. Okay, so when we want to call function 2, function 1 and function, when we want function 2 to be executed, or basically we can say 1, 2. Okay, that way function 2 will be executed. Okay, that way function 2 will be executed. So I don't know if this is self-explanation for the person that asked. So function 2 is now a callback function. So in these 2 functions, function 1, function 2 is the callback function. Is the function that is being used as an argument in another function. Okay. When we say function 2, it means this 2. Because when we are calling it, I know some people may say, okay, I didn't use the 2, the name of the function here is 2, and the name of the function here is 1. I didn't put 2 here. Okay, I put in another function called function 2, and I put function 2 here. But that's what you should know, that when we are calling it, because of this, we are calling 2. That's this function 2, basically. Okay, it's all about when we call it. Okay, so I would comment this out and let us see more example in our jollof ordering app. Okay, so when you want to order jollof rice, and I don't know how many of you have into Jevnik restaurants. So, but what happens in Jevnik restaurants? And I think that you get that kind of service anywhere all over Nigeria as far as Jevnik restaurant. This is how they do it. So they kind of prepare your food at the spot. So you come in, they give you your the menu, you tell them this is what you want, this is what you want. They'll tell you, give us 10 minutes, give us 15 minutes. Depending on the food you're going to be eating, your food will be ready. So they go in and start preparing your food specifically for you. Okay, so they prepare your food and serve you freshly cooked, freshly hot, steaming from the pot itself. They serve your food. Okay, so let's take for instance, this is how we want our jollof ordering application to look like. You want to employ this Jevnik service. So we do not just cook food and then wait for people to come and buy. We cook based on order. Okay, that's why I want to use this Jevnik scenario. We okay, for those that are asking for the YouTube link, if are you Obasi Kechuku, are you in this Slack workspace? Then the Slack workspace, I can help you with that. Okay, in the Slack workspace, just respond. Are you in the Slack workspace? I can post the link to those videos there. Okay, so that you can be able to go through it. Right now, so like I was saying, so we want to do everything based on first. So the first thing we want that contributes to, we can only say we're in business when we receive an order. Okay, so the first thing I want us to be looking at is order, and then the next thing we'll be looking at is cooking. So after order, we cook. Okay, so let's create a function for order. So let's order, can make this an arrow function. Okay, can make this an arrow function. And then let's say we do another function like this for cooking. Okay, and by itself order we have cooking. Okay. Okay. After we were done with this, I think there's some codes I will write to explain async and asynchronous processing. Okay, but for now, let us stick to callbacks and then. Okay, so what we want to do is console.log. Let us say we have variables. Let's customer. Okay, normally we'll make this customer okay, depending on the information we'll be requiring, we can make it an object if we are going to be requiring series of information. But basically, we can just make it an array. Okay, when we want to really do something really cool on Thursday. But for now, I'll just say, okay, maybe we have a specific customer. And let's say we have Ronaldo as our customer. Note, this is wrong. And the reason it is wrong because Ronaldo ought to be a string. Okay? Ronaldo. So customer is Ronaldo and then let's okay, we need customer, and then we need food. But since we're already cooking only a particular food, is our jollof rice. Okay. So we can see dollar. So ordered. Okay. So customer ordered food. Okay. Let's see. I'll comment this out. As a beginner, it's very important for us to always see if our code is working at every given point in time. So I'll just run this, okay, to see if the other function is working properly as I want it to do. So I will run it here. Okay, and it's not console dot. Okay, this is the output. We'll go to console. Okay, even as at here, it's supposed to give us this thing. Unknown word, Ronaldo. Unknown word, it's not a problem. Don't see why I'm not. Okay, and then if you want to clear your output, you use this. Okay. Okay, and the reason we are not getting this is because we did not call the function order. Okay. So we'll run it again. Okay. So run Ronaldo order jollof rice. Okay. So we would this works. So we can just take this away and then proceed to cooking. Okay. At the end of, let us console.log what will happen at the end of cooking. So at the end of your cooking, what you want to do is say console.log I'll just quickly explain scope. Take, for instance, I take this out, okay, especially this customer, because that's the only one, that's the only function we'll be using here. So, okay, I'll just write this. Sorry, that's the only variable we'll be using here. But let me just write what will be customer. Put apostrophe. Okay, we're using both. Is ready. Okay. So this is, if I take this, I cut it away and I put it here instead. Oh, okay. Okay. This code will run, the other function will run. But if I'm to the cooking function will not run. Okay. Let's try it out. I will write order Then okay. And let's try running it. Okay. It's one. It's one. And I think that's oh, that's the still here. I remove this one. This is what I wanted to do. Explain this. Okay. It gives an error for line 25. Tells us line 25. In this file, index.js line 25, and line 25 is saying customer food. The code seems cool. Okay, so why it's not running is because it's not saying this function is not saying customer and food. Customer and food is in another scope, and the scope it is in this other function, and that's why cooking function cannot see it. But if we take it to be a in general scope, okay. If we take it to be in general scope, that's okay. By putting it here as we did earlier, okay, you will see that the code would run. Okay, just something. Okay, so you can see it. It's fine here. Monado other jollof files. Monado's jollof files is ready. We'll just clear this also first, and then we'll continue. Okay, so we can in callback instead of calling these two together. Okay, you could say order, and we want to put we'll put this cooking as an argument in the function order, and we will do it is basically just say what's cooking jollof. Oh, cooking jollof. Okay, let's see. Is cooking jollof a good name? Okay. Okay. Okay, let's say cooking jollof. I can't think of another name right now that we can use, but maybe we can modify this. I just want a cooking food instead of just saying jollof. Okay, cooking food. Okay. Create function for it. Let's take this out. Okay, I'll place it here. Okay, and then we can put in order this function cooking as an argument in the function order. So cooking is now our callback. You see, it was Ronaldo ordered jollof rice. Ronaldo's jollof rice is ready. Okay, still runs like before, like when we separated the calling them separately. This time we're calling them together by making one of them a callback function of the other. Okay, so that's pretty callback for you. Okay, and it's example of how callback works. There's something I wanted to go through with us lastly. Well, just keeps me. Okay. Something to just to explain async task. So let's say I want to make use of okay. I will just, because I would like to make use of this code on Monday, or sorry, on Thursday, when we'll be having another session. So I will copy and paste this because I would like to still make use of the code in my illustration now. So I'll comment this out. Okay. And okay, thank you. So let me put what's the big things where let's take for instance, there's another function for the order cooking. Okay, let's put the other function here. And then let's see delivery. Okay, under order we have payments and all that, cooking, delivery. Let's say we want to be able to deliver doorstep, do a little doorstep delivery. Okay, we'll do this just the way we did it for the others, and just say console.log, just simple stuff. Okay, sorry. The album delivered to customer. Okay, something like this. Okay, so basically, if we want to run this code initially, we have to do order like we did cooking, and then delivery. Okay, and then we run this. So you can see the time it takes to run these all three functions, 0.199 seconds. Okay, 0.199 seconds. Then we would try to do something. Okay, we'll try to do something. Okay. Think we'll not do it this way. Let's see. So putting this in Ctrl X. I know we're behind time, but this is the last time we're going through today. Okay, and then we proceed with something, just combining stuff tomorrow. Okay, on Thursday. So we want to console.log that, and then we want to okay, we want this also to be on its own. Ctrl X. Just something that we want to use to explain this. Okay. Instead of using the cooking function for this, I would cut this. Let's use a method called set timeout. Okay, set timeout, and it's a function that uses callback. Okay, uses callback, but it's usually used in NodeJs to set timeout. Okay, especially when you are processing. One of the use cases, okay, it's like when you are trying to load a page. Okay, you can see that it will be going. So when your network is poor, sometimes it will tell you timeouts. Okay, you can use this to actually set timeout. Okay. On the time it should take before it can say, okay, timeout and stuff like that. In our application, we will set the timeout to 3,000 to 3,000, and we'll just it's basically making it a function of set timeouts. Okay. Let's say we're setting timeouts to 3,000. So this is where our callback function can come in. Okay, our callbacks can come here. Okay, and then 3,000. Okay, but instead of using callbacks, I would just put console.log. Okay, just log in something. So basically, this should give us an idea. Okay, an idea of asynchronous data. So this is, take for instance, we want to, okay, just give me a second to do something so that we can be able to differentiate the timing for each. So there's a console.log, console.log, console.log. That is, we're rendering this null and void. Okay, this is not needed. I want to scrap as many on one. Okay, this codes I wanted and I needed. So 0.247 seconds, 0.247 seconds. So I'll take this out. I will set timeout and check this. Okay. Okay. So line 2. Okay. So the customer is not defined. Yeah, I'll take it that this is the problem. I'll take it that this is the problem and just give it to it here. Clear. Okay. Okay. I said you should wait for 3 seconds. Maybe that's why it's so you can see every other function and then this one had to wait for 3 seconds. But let us make it to wait for only 1 second before it runs. Okay, so after 1 second, well, after 1 second, it's run. And that's why we have the larger time here. Okay. So this basically, as these ones are running on their own, okay, this one had these ones, the order, the delivery, they had their own thread. Okay, like them put it like that. They had their own way, their own road. We now made another road for set timeouts for cooking by using the set timeout function. We made another way for set timeouts. So it's like we put another ATM for cooking, then order and delivery use one ATM. Since the method we are going to be using in cooking is kind of a heavy method, set timeout is usually a function, a web API function. Okay, one of the web API functions. And these functions are usually tasking. They're usually how will I put it? They're usually, yes, just put it tasking. Okay, they're usually tasking. So we set another ATM to process cooking. By one ATM, we process the normal, easy things we want to do, like just console.log, one ATM takes it, while another ATM takes the cooking. Okay. So that's basically what asynchronous did. So this cooking basically that we use set timeout function for. Okay, it's using another thread. If you want me to make use of that language, another thread. Okay, so I think okay, okay. So thank you so much for. I'm just trying to go through the chats to see if there are any questions. Okay, there's no question. The person that actually asked the question, hope you now understand it. I would also drop one or two links on a more simpler explanation. Maybe my explanation is not that simple, but these things have been pretty dealt with in the internet. I'll drop one or two links for that, and also the link to our previous class for the last task, with four tasks. Okay, so that those that couldn't get it can be able to see it. Thank you so much for joining me on this office hours session. Hope to see you on Thursday. Remember, we're going to be basically building an application that you can share with your friends that you're making progress. Okay. Thank you so much, and have a nice day. Bye.